Bird jokes, animal jokes. Q. What birds spend all their time on their knees? A. Birds of prey. Q. What did they call the canary that flew into the pastry dish? A. Tweety pie. Q. What do you call a very rude bird? A. Mockingbird. Q. What kind of birds do you usually find locked up? A. Jailbirds. Girl, one of my ex-boyfriends sounds like an owl. Boy, who? Q. How do you get a cut price parrot? A. Plant bird seed. Q. What do you do if a bird shits on your car? A. Don't ask her out again. Q. What's the difference between bird flu and swine flu? A. If you have bird flu, you need treatment. If you have swine flu, you need ointment. Q. What do you get when you cross a bird in a lawnmower? A. Shredded tweet. Why does the bird bring toilet paper to the party? Because he is a party pooper. Q. What do you get when you kiss a diseased bird? A. Share pies. Q. Why is a sofa like a roast chicken? A. Because they're both full of stuffing. Q. What do you call a bunch of chickens playing hide and seek? A. Foul play. What do birds like about outside? Debris. Q. What do you call a sick eagle? A. Illegal. Q. What happens when ducks fly upside down? A. They quack up. Q. Why did the owl owl? A. Because the woodpecker would peck er. Q. What flies through the jungle singing opera? A. The parrots of Penzance. Q. What do you get if you cross a duck with a firework? A. Firequaker. Q. What is a parrot's favorite game? A. Hide and speak. Q. What books did the owl like? A. Whodunits. Q. What kind of bird doesn't need a comb? A. Bald eagle. Q. What kind of bird can carry the most weight? A. The crane. Q. What bird is helpful at dinner? A. Swallow. Q. Why did the parrot wear a raincoat? A. Because she wanted to be a polyunsaturated. Q. What did the gamekeeper say to the lord of the manor? A. The pheasants are revolting. Q. What is the definition of robin? A. A bird who steals. Q. What do you give a sick bird? A. Treatment. Q. What's another name for a clever duck? A. Wise quacker. Q. Which bird is always out of breath? A. Puffin. Q. What's got 6 legs and can fly long distances? A. 3 swallows. Q. What is a duck's favorite TV show? A. The Feather Forecast. Q. What do you get if you cross a parrot with a shark? A. A bird that will talk you ear off. Q. What do you call a crate of ducks? A. A box of quackers. Q. How do you know that owls are cleverer than chickens? A. Have you ever heard of Kentucky Fried Owl? Q. Which bird steals soap from the bath? A. Robber ducks. Q. What kind of bird opens doors? A. Kiwi. Q. What do you get when you cross an owl and an oyster? A. Pearls of wisdom. Q. What language do birds speak? A. Pidgin English. Q. What do you call a duck on drugs? A. Quackhead. Q. How do you get a parrot to talk properly? A. Send him to Polytechnic. Q. Did you hear about the seabird that was friends with a black cat? A. It was an albatross. Q. Why do hummingbirds hum? A. Because they forgot the words. Q. How do you know owls are smarter than chickens? A. Have you ever heard of Kentucky Fried Owl? Q. Where do birds invest their money? A. In the stock market. Q. Where do blind sparrows go for treatment? A. The bird's eye counter. Q. What do you get if you cross a parrot with a woodpecker? A bird that talks in Morse code. Q. What do you get when you cross a country singer with a bird? A Nashville warbler. Q. What do you call a woodpecker with no beak? A headbanger. Q. What do owls sing when it is raining? A. Too wet to woo. Q. What soap do birds use? A. Dove. Q. What do baby swans dance to? A. Cygnet tunes. Q. Why do birds fly south? A. Because it is too far to walk. Q. What is Sarah Palin's favorite bird? A. The Arctic loon. Smaller babies may be delivered by stork, but the heavier ones need a crane. If someone could convince Justin Bieber to drive Amanda Bynes and Lindsay Lohan off of a cliff, we could kill two birds with one stoner. Birds of a feather flock together. That is why you are not my friend. Hi, I'm a bird watcher and I'm looking for a big-breasted bed thrasher. Have you seen one? They say the early bird catches the worm. But girl, you can show up at any time and still get a bite. Knock, knock. Who's there? Who? Who? Oh, I didn't know there was an owl in here. Religious cowboy. The devout cowboy lost his favorite Bible while he was mending fences out on the range. 3 weeks later, a goose walked up to him carrying the Bible in its mouth. The cowboy couldn't believe his eyes. He took the precious book out of the goose's mouth, raised his eyes heavenward and exclaimed, "It's a miracle." "Not really," said the goose. "Your name is written inside the cover." Movies. A man in a movie theater notices what looks like an eagle sitting next to him. "Are you an eagle?" asked the man, surprised. "Yes." "What are you doing at the movies?" The eagle replied, "Well, I liked the book." Beautiful blonde. A guy is in a bar having a quiet drink by himself when a young beautiful blonde lady walks up to him and asks him to buy her a drink. The guy turns and says to her, "Have you ever had a budgie sit on your right shoulder?" Blonde says no. Guy says, "Have you ever had a parrot sit on your left shoulder?" Blonde says no. Guy then says, "Ah, but I bet you've had a cockatoo, in your mouth."